And welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So last time we did a bunch of side stuff, like getting pieces of heart, seashells, the shovel, and we also met Dampe, who is in charge of the dungeon maker of the game. This time we're gonna make our way towards the next dungeon, which actually is right here. Huh? A keyhole here? It says slime keyhole. So yeah, of course, it's not that easy. We have to figure out where this key is first. And it happens to be right here. Salutations! You wouldn't know by the look of me, but I used to live in the castle. My servants went berserk, and I was forced to flee to my villa. So you're looking for something, are you? I may have just what you're after. But first, I want you to retrieve the golden leaf I left behind in the castle when I fled. Smashing, to tell you the truth, there are 5 leaves, and I want them all. Okay, you'll need to do some digging, so buy a shovel. Are you off then? Good luck. Nice. So, to get the key, we need to find a bunch of golden leaves for, this little character. I think his name is Richard, if I'm not mistaken. And how do we get to the castle? Well, we just go up here. If I am remembering correctly, it should be up here. You know what these trees remind me of? Nintendo Land, of all things. Nintendo Land has a Zelda mode, and it kind of has this art style, a little bit. Not exact, but kind of similar. By the way, if you have not done the trading quest, you should do that now. The basic steps are the Yoshi doll from the Claw game, to the family in the upper house in Mabe Village. Take the bow to the small chain chomp. You take the dog food from the chain chomp to the crocodile at the beach, and then you take that to... wait, then you get the bananas. So that, I think, should be the progression that we need for now. Bananas, bananas, ooh, ooh, give to Kiki. Bananas, bananas, ooh, ooh, Kiki, monkeys, come, repay him, Kiki. Monkey business done, bye bye, ooh, Kiki. You found a stick a monkey left behind. You take it. So yes, the trading quest is not over, even though we actually have the, quest-related, progress on it for now. I think there is still more that's quest-related, but just a little bit later. So now we're entering Richard's castle, to find the golden leaves. By the way, you can actually jump on Goombas with the Rock's Feather. Kinda neat. Obviously not necessary because you have a sword, but just a nice little Easter egg. I appreciate the reference, even though it's completely unnecessary to do that. So if I'm not mistaken, this should be a Dark Nut, which is a classic Zelda enemy. Of course, there are variations. Some have shields, some do not. I feel like I have this recollection of this crow being significant, and I'm not sure if it's because it has a golden leaf or something else. It does. On my first playthrough, I forgot. You found a golden leaf. I spent a decent amount of time running around the castle trying to figure out where the heck the last golden feather was, and it was really easy all along. So yeah, this is a great time to have a shovel. It's a reminder, the shielded enemies you have to parry effectively. Again, this is not like how it was in the original, because quite frankly the shield was not easy to equip, so they didn't expect you to do that, which is nice. It does slow things down a little bit, but not too bad. Over here we have an interesting little enemy, kind of like a little game of whack-a-mole effectively. I think this should be for a golden leaf. Like so. And how many hits does this enemy take? I actually don't know. I guess that many hits. found a golden leaf. So 3 more to go. Should be inside the castle if I'm remembering right. So we have a new type of enemy that is a Zelda classic coming up pretty soon. An anti-fairy. So magic powder, it turns into a regular fairy. Unfortunately, we can't actually get any use out of the fairy because we already have our fairy bottle filled up. I like using jump strikes. I find it really efficient. Like to catch enemies off guard. I don't know if it actually does work that way or if it's just a feel-good thing. But there's our 3rd golden leaf. This is kind of a nice little mini-dungeon. I'm trying to think of other examples of this. I think of, like, the castle and Majora's Mask as a good example. I really do like when games have little small side dungeons to supplement the main dungeons. So this switch opens up the main gate. It sounds like the castle gate opened. You can easily leave the castle now. The game just did the explanation for me, I guess. So yeah, we can easily exit, which is cool. Good thing we have bombs for this. I don't know which one is the right one. I don't know if I chose poorly or not. We will find out. We chose poorly. Cool. Bomb this side then. And re-equip the rock spreader because I just like having it equipped at all times. You never know when jumping might come in handy. Yeah, I chose the wrong one. Oh well. So that should be number 4? Also, where did I take damage? I just realized I lost a heart somewhere and I'm actually not sure where. I already kind of forgot, apparently. Over here, we have this exit to the outer part of the castle. My memory's a bit foggy, but I seem to recall these, jump points being added for the remake to make it easier to get out of the castle. And the original, you have to backtrack a little bit more. Not that big of a deal, you know, not the biggest improvement, but still kinda nice. So this door has a pot on it because it can only be broken by smashing it with a pot. How oddly specific. And we have this enemy. I don't know what they're called. I'm tempted to say Armorous Knight. I don't feel like that's right. Either way, just kind of dodge, shoot the ball and chain, and get some quick hits in, and there's our final golden leaf. At last, the final golden leaf. Now go and see Richard about that reward. I will say this game is kind of odd with its pacing. Like, you know, characters... A lot of the characters are kind of fleeting. Compared to, say, Majora's Mask, I feel like the cast have less of an impact. But, you know, this is a Game Boy Color game, well, technically a Game Boy Original game, if we want to go back to the, first iteration. I always forget that iteration exists, because it tends to be kind of ignored by Nintendo, even. Alright, so we made a little bit of story progress, and we could go to see Richard, or we could do more side questing. I think we're gonna do more side questing because we might get some good rewards. I don't know what these enemies are actually. Again, I love Zelda. I don't know enemy names very well. I can always look it up. I assume that could just be a variant of a Mobble now that I think about it. Either way, I'm the spirit of the mansion. I have been waiting for someone, one who can overcome the darkness. Find the secret seashells and ascend the platform. You will receive the ultimate sword. Sounds like you should come back with lots of seashells and try standing on the platform. So, our first reward is at... Wrong way. Where do you go to see how many seashells you have? Our first reward is at 5 seashells. And for our trouble, we get a piece of heart. So, obviously we just got told we can get the ultimate sword, so this is obviously very worthwhile. So we're going to be getting every seashell. Again, the seashell count was bumped up. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. Also, we got a warp, so that's really nice. So once we get a bunch of seashells, we can easily come back later. There's 1. So that's 8, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, the entire next session should be, or next segment, will probably be seashells. There's a lot to get at this point. But yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Again, this isn't a long game, so even when you factor in side quests, I am actually kind of impressed by how quickly this playthrough is going by, if I'm being honest. Now, this is wrong, actually. I skipped the seashell, I think. So back out we go. It's this rock over here. So yeah, they're hidden behind rocks, or under rocks, dig spots. Some are, I think, in chests, but yeah, I do find it a little bit padding at times. 30 is plenty. So I'm not entirely sure how to feel about them bumping it up to 50, and also the rewards scale up accordingly. So, it's not all bad though. We'll see in a little bit that it does get a little bit easier over time, thankfully. I do really like, top-down Zelda games. I kind of feel like, it'd be nice to get a new one. Because we've had a lot of remakes and, you know, spiritual successors like Link Between Worlds. Triforce Heroes is, I think, kind of built on the same engine. But yeah, it'd be kind of nice to see like a brand new original solo 2D Zelda, because we haven't had one in a while, and I actually do like this style. So over here, again, if you think we're having to do a lot of menu switching, good thing we're not playing the Game Boy version, because we'd have to be swapping constantly. And again, that's kind of my issue, is you spend so much time in menus. Well, that should be number 9, if I'm not mistaken. Again, you can easily check periodically. Yep, that's 9. There's no easy way to get back down, sadly. I kind of wish they had put in, like, an alternate pathway there. So back into the cave, and we can now go to the lower pathway, because there's actually a lower pathway. Those crabs with the skulls are actually kind of freaky, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure these are, yeah, like Moblin variants. I'm again, really not up to speed with Zelda enemies. And these mushroom things, like, I have no clue what these are supposed to be. That was just me being really unobservant, being like, oh yeah, that's the electrocuted type. Another one, that should be number 10. So yeah, we're making good progress, we're already up to 10. Again, if this was the original, we'd be really close to being done. But sadly, this is not the original in that respect. Over here, we have a little glowy rock, which is a warp point. Which we actually want to take advantage of, because we have a lot more to do in the upper part of the prairie, and it's just easier to warp. As we make our way over here, you might remember a beehive, and that is significant, actually. Also, off-screen, I might do some rupee farming at some point. Oh, Link, I see you have a nice stick. Can I borrow it for a second? The stick became the honeycomb. You're not sure how it happened, but take it. Yeah, because that's how that works. That's kind of weirdly clunky dialogue, and I feel like it's just character limits from the original, and it's kind of like they just left most of the dialogue alone. So blow up that skull to create a shortcut, but also get another secret seashell. again, they're all over the place. There's no 900 of them at least, so, you know, it's not terrible. Again, if it was at like Korok Seed levels, I might object to this. Breath of the Wild is a game I've thought about doing a Let's Play of, but then I remember, oh yeah, I usually 100% games on this channel. Maybe I shouldn't do Breath of the Wild. I feel like the episode should be over. Like, I'm having this realization, like, I feel like the episode should be over by now, but we still have a few minutes to go. It feels like I've just been here for a while, and like I've gotten a ton more done than I was expecting. I thought we would be, just mainly doing the castle in this part, and then saving a lot of the seashells for the next part, but we're kind of blasting through this a lot faster than I would have expected. Alrighty, so back into the mysterious forest, we want to look for a patch of flowers. Bow Wow was actually trying to tell us about this, last time we passed through, actually, over here, because I think, there's a little text box that popped up at one point, and that was Bow Wow being like, hey, dig here. And lo and behold, another secret seashell. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is a weird game for me because I love it, but from a Let's Play standpoint, I have no clue how I'd structure it, and that's kind of why I keep putting it off. I'd probably do it as a stream, just because that game is so long. I think a stream would actually be a better fit. I think we're gonna grab one more and then call it. Also, these are likes. This is an enemy type I actually know. They can steal your shield, which is why the shop has extra shields. There's number 14. That didn't take long. We actually have enough time to possibly go and grab another. So this is a bad setup. The like kind of blocking the path. Also, it doesn't hurt that we're getting rupees from all this. Passing through the swamp again. I actually don't know if I'm able to go through this side, so this will be interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I can actually go this way. Yeah, no, this will work. I just can't get back into the dungeon, so it's a good thing I did everything I needed to do, right? So our next stop is over by Tao Tao Heights, you know. I always think of, you know, Zelda, like, Smash Bros. When I think of Tao Tao Heights because of, the music being really good. I think it's actually here. There it is. So that should be number 15. I'm going to do a quick check, and see if that is the right number. Wow, we have a lot of the map opened up. We have 15, so we are completely on track. But with that being collected, we are going to call things here for now. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.